salam saw that Maryam alayhi salam had unseasonal food in front of her, he had some wishes, came into his mind. He became old, and his wife is, barren, who cannot have child. So he was thinking, if Allah can give Maryam food, unseasonal food, without any, means, subhanAllah, no one is bringing it, just coming to her room. So that Allah can give me child as well. So while he is there in the room of Maryam alayhi salam, he raised his hand and said, قَالَ رَبِّ هَبْ لِي مِن لَدُنْكَ ذُرِّيَّةً طَيِّبَةً. Oh Allah, please grant me a child, a pure child from you. Oh Allah, please grant me a pure child from you. So the Mufassirun mentioned, the scholars mentioned that Zakariya alayhi salam could have gone out from this room and he could have gone into the masjid and gone to sajda and could have made dua to Allah. But he didn't do that. He made dua in the same spot, hunalika, in the same spot where the food came for Maryam alayhi salam, in the room of Maryam alayhi salam. What is the reason? And the Mufassir mentioned that wherever Allah's mercy descends, there most likely dua is accepted there. Subhanallah. So because in the same room, this blessed room, where Allah is sending food reserved from heaven for Maryam alayhi salam, so this room and this environment is very, very blessed and special. So he made dua exactly in that same place, so that Allah accept the dua. And the scholars mentioned this is why we go to, sometimes we go to the grave of the awliya Allah. We visit the graves and we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in these places. Why? Because we believe these are the special people, awliya Allah. We go to the graves of the prophets, messengers, alayhimus salam, because they are not prophets and messengers of Allah, they are chosen by Allah, and mercy, rahmah of Allah descend upon these places. This is why we go there and make special dua, that Allah will be accepting our dua because of the environment of the rahmah being descended. So he made dua, oh Allah, grant me pure child. So this dua again for the people who cannot have children, they can make dua. This is the dua that Zakariya made to Allah to have child, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept this dua in the Quran so that we can memorize it, we can learn it, and we can ask Allah to grant us not only children but righteous children, pious children. This is what Zakariya said, Rabbi habli, oh Allah, grant me min ladunka, from you, dhurriyatan tayyiba, righteous children, righteous child. So, oh Allah, grant me from you righteous child. So Zakariya made dua, and he said, Innaka sami'ud dua, indeed you are the listener of du'as. فَنَادَتْهُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ وَهُوَ قَائِمٌ يُصَلِّي فِي الْمِحْرَابِ. That when Zakariya was praying to Allah in the masjid, angels called him and said, أَنَّ اللَّهَ يُبَشِّرُكَ بِيَحْيَا. Allah is giving you glad tidings of Yahya. Allah is granting you a son whose name will be Yahya. مُصَدِّقًا بِكَلِمَةٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَسَيِّدًا وَحَسُورًا وَنَبِيًّا مِّنَ الصَّالِحِينَ. He will be a truthful prophet, he will be a leader, Sayyid, and he will be a Nabi and min as-salihin, among the righteous. So Allah praised Yahya alayhi salam. Now you can see Zakariya alayhi salam made dua for a righteous child. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replied immediately with his dua and said, take glad tidings, I am giving you Yahya, who will be a righteous, who will be a leader, who will be a Nabi min as-salihin, among the righteous people. So Zakariya alayhi salam asked Allah, قال رب أَنَّا يَكُونُ لِي غُلَامٌ وَقَدْ بَلَغَنِيَ الْكِبَرُ وَامْرَأَتِي عَاقِرٌ. Oh Allah, how can I have a child? I've become elderly, or very old, and my wife cannot have children. She is barren. Allah replied, Allah said, كَذَلِكَ اللَّهُ يَفْعَلُ مَا يَشَاءُ. This is how Allah, whenever He wants to do something, He does whatever He wishes. قَالَ رَبِّ اجْعَلْ لِي آيَةً. He said, oh Allah, grant me some sign. You are going to give me a child while I am elderly, my wife is barren, people will not believe me. So give me some sign. So Allah said, آيَتُكَ أَلَّا تُكَلِّمَ النَّاسَ ثَلَاثَةَ أَيَّامٍ إِلَّا رَمْزًا. That you are not going to talk to people for 3 days without except just sign language, except indication. Okay, so he will not talk to people for 3 days. Then Allah is saying, وَاذْكُرْ رَبَّكَ كَثِيرًا. Another lesson for us, wherever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants us something, what we should do in reply, that وَاذْكُرْ رَبَّكَ كَثِيرًا. Remember your Lord frequently. Remember your Lord, mention your Lord frequently. وَسَبِّحْ بِالْعَشِيِّ وَالْإِبْكَارِ. And do his tasbih, recite his tasbih in the morning and in the evenings. In the evenings and in the mornings. So this story is a very beautiful story. I just recited one ruku today. This is the translation of this one ruku. Maryam alayhi salam. So we learned so many lessons from Maryam alayhi salam, especially for sisters. That Maryam alayhi salam, she was put in the Masjid Aqsa and she was all alone. She had the courage to live there all alone. Subhanallah. She was truthful. She never deceived Allah. She never, kept herself away from the remembrance of Allah. She always used to remember Allah, the dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. She would, look after people who will attend the masjid, and she would, do khidmah for them, and she used to pray with them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned another ayah that, O Maryam, do, Ya Maryam uqnuti li rabbiki wasjudi warka'i. O Maryam, do ruku', do sijda with the people who are doing ruku' and sijda. So, this is a beautiful story that we need to learn, and also we need to teach our children the true story of Zakariya alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, and Maryam alayhi salam, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Any question? So from this ruku we found two dua for the children, for their protection. When you drop off every morning I drop off my daughter to school. And at that time I feel, subhanAllah, I'm giving my daughter away for 8 hours, 9 hours. We don't know what they're talking. We don't know who are they, mixing with, who are they, having a meeting with.
The door was locked. Assalamu alaikum, by the way. Door was locked. As I'm about to leave, who's going to lock it? Because it seems, should I leave it as it is?
Yes, fine. So, we don't know what they're going to, who are they going to meet with, who are going to mix with, and how they're going to influence with. So, one thing we can do, obviously, all other we can do, we should do, and one thing we can do, as Maryam alayhi salam's mother did. What did she do? She, she submitted her daughter to Allah. And what's the dua she said? If you can memorize it, she said, no, before that. Yes. وَإِنِّي أُعِيذُهَا بِكَ وَذُرِّيَّتَهَا مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. وَإِنِّي أُعِيذُهَا بِكَ وَذُرِّيَّتَهَا مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. So you can make this dua for your children. Every time you think that your daughter, your son may go, mix with some wrong people, they may influence with shaitan. You make dua that, oh Allah, I'm leaving my daughter, my son with you, and I ask you to protect her or him from the shaitan. إِنِّي أُعِيذُهَا بِكَ وَذُرِّيَّتَهَا مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. And another dua we found from Zakariya alayhi salam, that when we do not have a child, Zakariya alayhi salam made a beautiful dua. رَبِّ هَبْ لِي مِن لَدُنْكَ ذُرِّيَّةً طَيِّبَةً. Even you can make dua, even if you have children, still you can make the same dua. Oh Allah, make my children pious and righteous. رَبِّ هَبْ لِي مِن لَدُنْكَ ذُرِّيَّةً طَيِّبَةً إِنَّكَ سَمِيعُ الدُّعَاءِ. رَبِّ هَبْ لِي مِن لَدُنْكَ ذُرِّيَّةً طَيِّبَةً إِنَّكَ سَمِيعُ الدُّعَاء. MashaAllah, these are the two beautiful du'as. If we can remember, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair.